Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, DYI TV. Today we got a little project on our hands. As you guys know, I just bought a boat and I'm gonna be using this boat with a trailer motor, and I'm gonna be using it with the gas motor, an outboard motor. But here's my thing though, I don't want to put the motor, here's the motor right here, I don't want to put it on the floor, and I don't have nowhere to put it actually right now as we speak. So I'm gonna teach you today how to make a stand for dirt cheap using 2x4s, and you're gonna learn how to make a stand for your outboard motor. That way you can store it whenever you're not using it for the winter, or maybe if you just wanna take your boat with the trolley motor and not use the gas motor, guys. So that's what we're doing today, and let's get this started. All right, guys, it's a couple things you're gonna need. I went to Home Depot and I got these two. These are 2x4x8, I think. That should be more than enough to build this stand. I got two because that's pretty much exactly how much we're gonna need. Okay, we're also gonna need some of these. These are 1.5 inch screws. I have these laying in the house. They were just around, and I'm gonna be using those. You can buy the box, not that much. Now these were like $7. I think they treated. That's why they were $7, but you can find them cheaper. You don't really need to spend that much. This is what they had today. That's why I had to get this. You're gonna use one of these saws, or a table saw, a miter saw, whatever saw you have. It doesn't have to be pretty cuts. They don't have to be exact, guys. You can even use one of these. I'm probably gonna be using these to do the 45-degree angle cuts. Okay. You need a driller for the screws. I got my charging right now and a couple beads to make the pilot holes. Okay, so that's all, pretty much all that you need. Now I'm gonna show you step by step how we're gonna build it. Okay, the first step you want to do is you want to measure how tall you actually want it. Let's say 6 inches from the ground, and I'm gonna measure to where it actually sits on the boat right now. Okay, so I'm just, let's say 32 inches. Okay, that's how tall I want it to be. You really don't want this to be touching the bottom. I mean, it's really sturdy, but you don't want it to be touching the bottom, guys. So 32 inches. All right, guys, since the height is 32 inches, and remember this is 2 inches thick, so the ultimate height is going to be 32 inches, but this is 2 inches thick, so we're going to cut 30 inches, two 30 inches pieces. I'm going to go ahead and measure that and mark it. All right, 1, 2. We're gonna go ahead and make those cuts. Alright, guys, once you cut those two pieces, you're gonna end up with these two 30-inch pieces. Okay, and then we're gonna put this aside for now. Then out of that 8-foot long 2x4, this is what's left. Okay, and this is 36 inches. So this one we're gonna cut in half at 18 inches, and that's gonna give us the width of the stand. You can definitely make it wider if you have more than one motor that you want to put in there. I only want it to be 18 inches because I don't want it to take that much space on the garage. Okay, I got a lot of stuff in the garage, so I want it to be just enough to hold the outboard motor, and 18 inches seems to be just right. So I'm gonna cut this in half. That's gonna give me the 18-inch length on the two pieces. So you're gonna end up with two pieces of 18 inches. These are two pieces that are gonna be facing up just like this. Okay, so now we're gonna put those aside. All right, now we're gonna measure the length of the stand. Okay. I've seen a lot of people do the legs really big, but I'm thinking 24 inches should be enough. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and do 24 inches. All right, go ahead and cut those. Now, mind you guys, don't do it like I do, please. Don't do it on the back of your truck with no clamps. Use clamps, use safety goggles, use earmuffs. Don't cut yourself. All right. Alright, you're gonna end up with two pieces of 24 inches. This is gonna be the legs. Now, this might be the most complicated part of this build, which it's really not. I mean, anybody can do this. We're gonna have to cut 45 angle on this last piece, okay? First, you measure the length that you want. Probably want to do I want to say 12 inches. So 12, 24, right there, okay? And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut this one in 45 degree, right? And then we're gonna use that part and cut this one 45, and then this one cut this one to 45 on the other way. That way we don't have to do a bunch of different cuts, okay? So first I'm gonna cut this one first. And to get the 45 degree angle, I'm gonna be using one of these. This is like 10 bucks on Home Depot. I mean, when I bought it, it was 10 bucks on Home Depot, and it gives you the degrees of the cut right there. See, it's 45, 22.5, 90 degree angle, 0 degree angle. So you put this on there. Ideally, right? Ideally, you wanna use. Ideally, you want to use a clamp, but I don't have one. I'm gonna put my mark right at the 45. See right there? My mark is gonna be right at the 45 and gonna cut across this way. Now you're gonna have to do this by hand, guys, so it's not a big deal. Just get it started. Alright guys, finished cutting the 45 degree angle, both sides right here. I end up measuring one of the boards a little bit off, so that's why they say measure twice, cut once. But I mean, I'm still gonna use it, even though one's a little bit longer than the other one. These are the supports, so it shouldn't be a big deal, guys. I'm not a perfectionist, as you guys can see, but if you are, you know, you probably have to cut everything perfect, square. I'm not doing that today, but so we're ready to assemble the whole thing, guys. We're done cutting, so ready to assemble. You're gonna end up with a little bit of lumber left. I'm probably gonna use these to set up my trolley motor, make a little trolley motor mount on the boat. So I'm gonna save these for another project, guys. All right, guys, these are the leg piece. First, you're gonna find the center. Okay, should be 12 inches. Mark that. Roughly 12 inches. Okay. Now, these are the pieces that are gonna connect to these, just like that. Okay, so these right here are 30 inches and this is 2 inches, so that's gonna give us the 32 inches that we measured earlier in the video. I'm just gonna drill some pilot holes. I'm gonna be using this one. All right, so you want to find a drill bit that is slightly smaller than the screw that you're going to be using. So if you put them right there, you can see. So I'm going to be using this speed to drill my holes. Alright guys, so see, this is some of the things that happen when you're building something. I got the wrong screws. Like I told you guys, I have these screws just sitting at the house, but they're way too short, and I didn't realize it until I'm halfway through the project. I could go to Home Depot and get the right screws, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use these. So what I did is, after I drilled the pilot holes here, I grabbed one of these big bits and I made the hole slightly deeper, probably like a 1/4 inch in there, just enough for the head of this screw to go by, and then I should be able to drill it all the way in, and it should be enough, should be long enough. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that right now. Center. All right. That worked. All right, so we got 2 legs so far. Now we're gonna go ahead and put the legs together. These 2 right here. This is gonna go across just like that. Alright guys, so it's taking shape. Final step is putting the supports. Okay, these supports are gonna be going right there. Okay, remember I told you guys I cut this one slightly shorter. Not a big deal. That one's gonna go right there. That way this can hold the engine, and it's not gonna try to come this way. All right guys, we're almost there. It's definitely looking like what we're trying to build, which is always good. So now, these are the 45-degree angle boards that we cut earlier. We're gonna be using those as support. Okay, so the weight of the engine is gonna try to pull this down, and this is gonna give it a nice support right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and place it, right fit it right there. And we're gonna drill some pilot holes. Okay. Alright guys, let me show you the end result, man. This actually turned out pretty good, if I say so myself. Okay, so check this out guys. Look at this, let me show you. Alright, that's it right there. I just put the motor on it. Now mind you, that's not even that sturdy right there. But it's the perfect size for it. It holds pretty good. Not wobbly at all. I'm gonna hold the engine when we don't need it, and we can put it in the garage. It's a low profile, doesn't take a lot of space. I mean, that came out pretty good guys, if I say so myself. Okay, so there you go guys. That's how you do it. I mean, you know, you can make it pretty. You can cut everything to perfection. You can put reinforcements on the bottom, whatever you want to do, but at least you have the idea. Okay, get yourself a 2x4, matter of fact 2 2x4s, and save yourself the trouble of having your engine outside getting wet, or if you don't need it, you don't want to put it on the floor, get yourself a nice stand. Really easy, really cheap guys. So that's it for me this time guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. it.